Can I help
Can
you?
I help you?
Yeah,
I
I
need
need
to find a review
through
for
an
it.
English class. We have to
So
find
we
reviews of the
will
play
reviews
we're
over the
reading.
play we are
But
reading.
they have
But
to be
they
from
have
the
to be
player's
from
first
the
form,
from
so
the
I need to know
form
when it was, and I suppose I should start with newspaper
newspaper
reviews.
reviews.
Contemporary reviews.
Contemporary reviews. So
You want
contemporary reviews.
What's the name of the
What's the name
play?
of the play?
It's Happy
The Happy
Strangers.
Stranger.
Written in
It was written
1962,
in
and we're supposed to
1962, and
write
we are
about its
supposed to
influence
write
on
about
American
its
theater
influence
and
on
show why it's been
American
so
theater,
important.
why it's so
Well,
important.
that certainly
Well,
explains
that's
why your
certainly
professor
why your
wants you to
professor
read
wants
some
you
of those
to
old
read
reviews.
some of the
The
reviews.
critics
The
really
critics
tore
really
the play
tore
to
the
pieces
place
when
to
it opened.
pieces
It
when
was
it
just
opened.
so
It was just so
controversial. Nobody had ever seen
Nobody
anything
had
like it
ever
on the
seen
stage.
Really? Is that a big deal?
Oh,
Is
sure.
that big deal?
Of
Sure,
course, the
of course,
critics'
the
reaction made some people kind of curious about it. They wanted to see what was causing all the fuss. In fact, we were on vacation in New York. I had to be around 16 or so. And my parents took me to see it. That was about 1965.
Oh, so that was the year premiere? Great, but newspapers back then aren't online, so how do I...
Well, we have copies of old newspapers in the basement, and all the major papers publish reference guides to their articles, reviews, etc. You'll find them in the reference stacks in back. But I'd start with 1964. I think the play had been running for a little while when I saw it.
How'd you like it? I mean, it's just two characters on stage hanging around, basically doing nothing.
Well, I was impressed.
No, I was impressed.
The actors were famous, and besides, it was my first time in real theater. But you're right. It was definitely different from any place that we'd read in high school. Of course, in a small town, the assignments are pretty traditional.
I've only read it, but it doesn't seem like it'd be much fun to watch. The story doesn't progress in it. Any sort of logical manner. Doesn't have any real ending. It just stops. Honestly, no, I thought it was kind of slow boring.
Well, I guess you might think that. But when I saw it back then, it was anything but boring. Some parts were really funny, but I remember crying too. But I'm not sure just reading it. You know, they've done this play at least once on campus. I'm sure there's a tape of the play in our video library. You might want to borrow it.
That's a good idea. I'll have a better idea when I really think of it before I read those reviews.
I'm sure you'll be surprised that anyone ever found it radical, but you'll see why it's so powerful, dramatically.
There must be something about it, or the professor wouldn't have assigned it. I'm sure I'll figure it out.
I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
Okay. The next kind of animal behavior I want to talk about might be familiar to you. You may have seen, for example, a bird that's in the middle of a mating ritual, and suddenly it stops and preens. You know, it takes a few moments to straighten its feathers, and then returns to the mating ritual. This kind of behavior is doing something that seems completely out of place, is what we call a displacement activity. Displacement activities are activities that animals engage in when they have conflicting drives. If we take our example from a minute ago, if the bird is afraid of its mate, it's conflicted. It wants to mate, but it's also afraid and wants to run away. So instead, it starts grooming itself. So the displacement activity, the grooming, the straightening of its feathers, seems to be an irrelevant behavior. So what do you think another example of a displacement activity might be?
How about an animal that, instead of fighting its enemy or running away, it attacks a plant or a bush?
That's a really good suggestion, Carl. But that's called redirecting. The animal is redirecting its behavior to another object. In this case, the plant or the bush. But that's not an irrelevant or inappropriate behavior. The behavior makes sense. It's appropriate under the circumstances. But what doesn't make sense is the object the behavior is directed towards. Okay. Who else? Carol?
Who else? Carol?
I think I read in another class about an experiment where an object
Where
that
an
the
object
animal
that
was
the animal was afraid of was put next to its food,
next to the animal's food. And the animal, it was conflicted between confronting the object and eating the food. So instead, it just fell asleep. Like that?
Like that?
That's exactly what I mean.
Exactly what I mean.
Displacement occurs because the animal's got two conflicting drives, two competing urges, in this case, fear and hunger. And what happens is they inhibit each other, they cancel each other out in a way, and a third, seemingly irrelevant behavior surfaces through a process that we call disinhibition. Now, in disinhibition, the basic idea is that two drives that seem to inhibit, to hold back a third drive, well, they get in the way of each other in a conflict situation and somehow lose control, lose their inhibiting effect on that third behavior, which means that the third drive surfaces, it's expressed in the animal's behavior. Now, these displacement activities can include feeding, drinking, grooming, even sleeping. And these are what we call comfort behaviors. So why do you think displacement activities are so often comfort behaviors, such as grooming?
Maybe because it's easy for them to do. I mean, grooming is like one of the most accessible things an animal can do. It's something they do all the time. And they have the stimulus right there on the outside of their bodies in order to do the grooming. Or if food is right in front of them, basically they don't have to think very much about those behaviors.
Professor, isn't it possible that animals groom because they've gotten messed up a little from fighting or mating? I mean, if a bird's feathers get ruffled, or an animal's fur, maybe it's not so strange for them to stop and tidy themselves up at that point. That's another possible reason, although it doesn't necessarily explain other behaviors such as eating, drinking, or sleeping. What's interesting is that studies have been done that suggest that the animal's environment may play a part in determining what kind of behavior it displays. For example, there's a bird, the wood thrush. Anyway, when the wood thrush is in an attack-escape conflict, that is, it's caught between the two urges to escape from or to attack an enemy. If it's sitting on a horizontal branch, it'll wipe its beak on its perch. If it's sitting on a vertical branch, it'll groom its breast feathers. The immediate environment of the bird, its relationship to its immediate environment seems to play a part in which behavior it will display.